The White Lotus is officially expanding its world once again, and Season 4 is shaping up to be one of its most exciting chapters yet. This time, the story moves to France, and along with the new setting comes a fresh wave of characters played by a surprisingly stacked cast. What makes this announcement even more interesting is not just who has joined, but how perfectly they fit into the chaotic, layered storytelling that the show is known for. The new additions include Heather Graham, Rosie Perez, Ben Schnetzer, Tobias Santelmann, Frida Gustavsson, and Laura Smet. That is a mix of Hollywood veterans, international talent, and rising performers, which already hints at a season that will feel both global and unpredictable. Now, if you have followed The White Lotus so far, you already know how this works. The show drops a group of strangers into a luxury location, surrounds them with tension, secrets, and class dynamics, and slowly unravels everything over the course of a week. And by the end of it, someone is usually dead. Season 4 is expected to follow that same formula, but with a European twist. The setting is reportedly a high-end resort in the south of France, with strong rumors pointing towards Saint-Tropez. That alone changes the tone completely. Instead of tropical chaos, we are likely getting something more refined on the surface, but just as messy underneath. Now, coming back to the cast, what is interesting is that none of their roles have been revealed yet. And that is very intentional. The White Lotus thrives on mystery. You never know who is a guest, who is staff, or who is hiding something deeper until the story unfolds. Heather Graham could easily play a wealthy guest with a complicated personal life, while Rosie Perez might bring that sharp, unpredictable energy the show loves to explore. Ben Schnetzer, on the other hand, feels like someone who could either be completely normal or secretly involved in something much bigger. Then you have Tobias Santelmann and Frida Gustavsson, who might even be playing a couple. That dynamic alone could bring in themes of power, control, and relationship tension, something the show has explored brilliantly in past seasons. And finally, Laura Smet adds a strong local presence. Whether she is part of the hotel staff or connected to the guests in a deeper way, her role could tie the entire story to the French setting in a meaningful way. But here is where things get even more interesting. This new group is not the only cast involved. They are joining an already announced lineup that includes names like Helena Bonham Carter, Steve Coogan, Kumail Nanjiani, and Vincent Cassel. That means Season 4 is not just expanding, it is stacking multiple strong personalities into one storyline. And if you know The White Lotus, you know what that leads to. Conflict. Lots of it. Because the show has never been about action or spectacle. It is about people, their egos, their insecurities, their secrets, and how all of that explodes when placed in a confined, luxurious environment. Another thing to note is the timing. Production is expected to begin soon, which suggests that the story is already locked in. There is even speculation that the show might tie into real-world events happening nearby, like the Cannes Film Festival. While nothing is confirmed, the idea of blending fiction with a real cultural backdrop would fit perfectly with the show's style. At its core, The White Lotus is a satire. It looks at privilege, wealth, and human behavior in a way that feels both entertaining and uncomfortable. And with this new cast, Season 4 has the potential to push those themes even further. So while we do not know who these characters are yet, we do know one thing. None of them are as simple as they seem. And by the time the week at this French resort is over, every single one of them will be part of a story that is far more twisted than it first appears. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, share it with fellow fans, and subscribe for more updates on your favorite shows. Also follow us on Facebook for more content. Let me know in the comments, which new cast member are you most excited to see in The White Lotus Season 4?